Fall like star for me, fall like star for me. Don't get down slowly. 80 degrees, falling like me. I get you free. I get on me. Never learn to see. I can walk on the wall.
Hey everyone, my name is JaileeMarie, as y'all may know, and this is like a different type of video, a video where I'm not doing vlogs or reaction videos or anything, you know, like entertaining or funny. This is more talking on mental health versus the media. And I feel that it's very important to talk about mental health, especially during these times where we are starting to realize that a lot of things that we have known are not true or have been veered from our eyes. And as some of y'all may or may not know, I did a poll on Instagram where I talked about, did anyone know that July was Black, Indigenous, People of Color Mental Health Awareness Month? And most of y'all said no, and I was like, what? And it doesn't surprise me, because in our communities, mental health is definitely not something that is talked about. Barely mental illnesses are talked about. We just deem people as crazy or insane or out of the norm. And sometimes I wonder, what is the norm, you know? The norm in America, I think we all can know, is definitely opposite from us, which could be a white male in the middle upper class. That seems to be the norm, you know? What does that leave us, people who veer from the norm? A prime example of how someone is treated could be Kanye. I don't want to get controversial, but this isn't about politics anymore. This is about our lives, you know? And I feel like we need to refocus. Earlier this month, when Kanye first announced that he was going to be president, I did an Instagram poll where I asked people, are you voting for Kanye or Biden? Because, you know, in my eyes, my opinion, Trump is out the question. I really wanted to know which side are people willing to pick, and it was very 50-50. People were saying Biden, people were saying Kanye, and then I was just like, oh shoot, you know, me, I never liked Biden or Trump. So when Kanye said that he was going to run, I was like, wow, this could be a sign, you know, especially because I like him as an artist, his music, his ideals. So I was like, shoot, why not? Some things I definitely do disagree with, and after, you know, a few weeks went by and where people were like, if you vote for Kanye, you're voting for Trump, and I was like, how? And people were saying that it splits the Democratic Party, and I was like, oh shoot, that's true. And if that split, then Trump will be able to get reelected again. And I didn't see it that way, but after I learned that, and I know that a lot of my followers and friends and people in the media in general have been reading those Twitter threads about why we shouldn't vote for Kanye, I did the poll again, and these are the results. So as you can see, a lot more people are voting for Biden, and it just shows me the power that social media and the media in general has over us. They decide the standard of beauty. They decide what is right from wrong. They decide what actually gets pushed out there, whether it be true or not, you know? And it's like, that in itself is very problematic and could take a big toll on Black, Indigenous, people of color. So I'm starting to see how a lot of the things on the media have been affecting me personally, my friends personally, in which a lot of things are coming to the light and being exposed, and things from people, celebrities, favorites, that I would have never expected to be that way, you know? And it starts to show me that at the end of the day, we are all we got. Because those people made it already. But we are here focusing on their lives, getting advice from them, but not really focusing on ours, you know? We're not focusing on what we have to do better. And I know that's already an immense pressure. We're already put through so much pressure that we're like, well, shoot, what can I do, you know? If society says I'm this, this, and that, what can I do to prove them wrong? And that's the thing. We don't have to prove ourselves to anyone. We have to create our own lane, veer from this capitalistic, everything's a competition, everything is, you know, problematic. People are canceling each other now. And it's like, yo, what happened to us just being humans at the end of the day? We need to really try to have open conversations, you know? You also have to have more people communicating with each other on their beliefs, their views. Why do you think like that? Can you teach me how that has been, you know, passed down? And we need to make sure that we teach ourselves as well, because we know the struggle of having to teach the privilege. So we have to make sure that we teach ourselves too. And again, that's already stress in it of itself. But if we're ever going to progress, I feel like that's the only way. With that social experiment, we need to know that the media is not for us. The media says things to distract us from what's really going on. And we have to seek that information for ourselves. They are not on our side. They want to keep pushing this agenda. You see how they stop spreading the news of protests, how they try to make people of color, black people, look like thugs. That's to get under our skin, to take a toll on our mental and physical. So let's start watching what we consume. Okay, y'all, so I'm gonna be honest. When you think of consume, I feel like a lot of people think of what they eat, what things are they putting into their body. But I feel like when we think of consumption, we don't think of what we see. What is our environment telling us? What is it producing us to believe or think? You know what I'm saying? And it really comes to a cultural perspective upon mental health, you know? Like, there's so many stigmas on mental health that I feel like are prominent in Black, Indigenous, people of colors, like culture, like communities, that it's something so taboo that we barely talk about. And we're like, oh, you don't need to worry about that, you don't need to worry about this. And then when we actually go to a doctor, they like, you know, the first thing they do instead of actually talking to us is, you know, just prescribe us some pills and say call it a day, next. Now, for the people who do need it and who have actually been treated that way, that is very different. I'm just talking about for in general. But yeah, what I'm saying is we have allowed a lot of things, a lot of ableist things to be a part of our culture, where we just call people crazy, insane, retarded. That's a word that really gets spread along a lot, and I've been seeing it when my friends talk to me, when, you know, people say a comment, and it's like, I don't like it, you know? I don't like the word retarded. I have a brother with autism, where if they see him doing something, you know, being very hyperactive or hypersensitive, that could be a word that people automatically say. And I would not treat it lightly. I don't know if y'all would treat someone lightly if they called you retarded or something. Because what, can we actually look at the definition first? You reading it? You reading it? Stop diminishing other people's mental health problems and trying to label it on everyone else when you want to call them dumb, when you want to call them stupid, when you want to call them whatever. At this point, we just really have to watch our language and how it could trigger or affect others who are dealing with developmental disabilities, illnesses, mental health issues in general. And we need to start thinking, how are we feeding and instigating into that? Oh, imagine the people who say, good thing I'm white, good thing I don't have, you know, this skin color, so I won't go through these problems. The same way that we, oh, good thing I'm this, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how we further divide ourselves, and that's how we further limit ourselves and put ourselves into a box. I know that identity formation goes from these 4 categories that I'm going to list right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Race and region are the ones that really take a toll on us. Like, even harmlessly, we start talking about like where we're from. Like, oh, I'm from New York, so automatically I'm better than you. And even if it's a fact or not, it's low-key a fact. Even health-wise, something that is very bad, but people still consume milk. But where is it seen all the time? In our periods, in that little pyramid, not period, in that little pyramid diagram, milk is all the way at the top. They're like, oh, it's good for your bones, oh, it's good for your health. No, bullshit. I mean, BS. Kids. But yeah, that's total BS, bro. It's just that companies are making money off of that, and they want to feed it into our educational system and say, yeah, milk is good. Get your bread. Like, eat cheese too. Like, no. None of that dairy crap is good. So imagine all that freaking Fox, NBC, ABC, all those media sites. I'm not saying that they're all wrong, you know. CNN, oh my gosh, Clinton's. Just look at the things that we see on a regular basis and start questioning it. Trust me, it will do more for your mental to love yourself and to believe the things that you actually research, not things that are just being displayed as the norm, just to make sure that we don't revolt. Oh, capitalism is the best system in the world. Oh my gosh. And if you say anything against that, you are wrong. No. I've seen what capitalism has done. I've seen how it has taken a big toll on the educational system. I've seen what it has done, and how it has compared myself to my friends. How people have come to me like, oh my gosh, you're doing so bad. No, I'm actually not. We're all doing great. And I really don't want you to keep comparing yourself and think that certain things are normal, because they're not. Do what you love. Make sure that your mental is intact. Make sure that you are understanding. Make sure that you don't care what anyone says. Make sure that you don't look up to these white old men with trillions and billions of dollars. If anything, you should be mad. Should be like, why are they so rich and I'm not? What did they do? Let me start watching their documentaries. No. Remember, they fit the norm, honey. They fit the norm. So it's time to create our own lane where all differences are accepted and all views are shared without extremely bashing each other and making sure that we divide ourselves even more. No. We gotta teach ourselves and teach others. We must be selfless in this life if we ever want to reach progression. It's not only for our mental health, but it's for our next generation's mental health. Because at the end of the day, health is wealth. So let's start treating our mental just as our physical.
Our light just turned off. Great. This is just great. But it's okay. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. With another one. With another one. With another. No. With another one. With another one. Another one. With another one. What? Another one. With another one. Ba. And I'm back. With another one. With another one. With another one. What? With another one. Hey. With another one. Ah. With another one. Hey. With another one. What? Anyways, yeah. I'm back. And yeah. Y'all probably think I'm. Be careful with what you say now.
So yeah, y'all, please seek God during these times. Pray. I know a lot of people don't believe in God or have a religion, and they'll probably be like, oh my gosh, Jailee, you were going so good. But remember, y'all, we all have different beliefs. I respect yours. Please respect mine. Yeah. I'm not forcing it upon anyone. You could do as you want. I'm just saying this is what I'm going to do, and if I have any other believers out there who would love to take that advice, please do. Yeah. And I hope this mental health versus the media video really gave you an insight. Don't let the media veer your thoughts. Always take everything with a little grain of salt. Alright? This might be my thumbnail. Wait. Okay, you have reached the end of my video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what other content you want. Subscribe. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I love you guys. You already know. Jailee the Wise, JaileeMarie, Jelly Fam Jailee, in the cut, in flesh. Bye. Mwah.